This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update for Friday, April 17th. I'm FERNELLA WEDDERBURN. We begin with concerns over rising crime levels not only in Barbados but the region. It comes from Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite, who is particularly worried about the movement of illegal firearms and the threat of ISIS. So much so that the government's chief legal advisor is calling for all hands on deck to arrest the situation. Addressing the closing ceremony of a hostage negotiation course at the Regional Security System Training Institute today, Brathwaite suggested that Caribbean policymakers do an in-depth probe to find out whether criminal activity is coordinated across the region.
We have indeed been seeing more crime of a violent nature. The issue of firearms in more crimes in the region concerns all of us. Again, we have to look at the whole issue of how firearms come into the region and tackle it from a regional perspective. We have to be able to track firearms to see whether or not they're being shipped from St. Lucia to St. Vincent and from St. Vincent to Barbados. We have to look to see whether or not the criminal element in the region are not a bit more coordinated than we have seen in the past.
Prime Minister Frondell Stewart says Barbados is ready to welcome substantial investments, even if it means that government will lose out somewhat on revenue. He made the comments this morning during a special unveiling of the multi-million-dollar Derrick Smith School and Vocational Center in Jackmans, St. Michael. The facility was funded by the private sector through a partnership with the government, which will be responsible for the operational costs by way of subvention. The Prime Minister says his government is committed to ensuring that other benefactors who want to give back to the island are able to do so more easily, noting that a new set of rules will be developed in that regard.
The Ministry of Finance and its officials sat down to work out a formula on the basis of which preferences and prejudices can be pushed aside, certainly kept in the background, and a set of principles developed that would cover all of those philanthropists, benefactors, all of those do-gooders who want to make a contribution to Barbados. And those rules are going to apply.
Special needs children and adults in the country now have a state-of-the-art facility in which to learn and develop their skills. As I mentioned earlier, the $10 million Derrick Smith School and Vocational Center was unveiled today at a ceremony in Jackmans, St. Michael. The learning institution will open in May and facilitate around 40 adults, and school will begin in earnest for children ages 11 to 18 in September. The facility, which will have a staff complement of about 30 people, can accommodate up to 70 children and 100 adults in any school year. Principal Cheryl Rock is optimistic that the institution will change the lives of many.
Support that will go beyond the academic, support that will be individually designed to meet all of their needs, social, emotional, cognitive, developmental, and physical, through unique programs and initiatives such as the DIR model and constructivist education. Vocational workshops that will challenge the students' thinking, their ability to problem solve and collaborate, in addition to learning a skill that can possibly lead to employment.
The polls are closed and the counting is on the way following today's election of the executive of the Barbados Union of Teachers. Pedro Shepherd, who is unopposed as BUT president, says he expects final results to be announced by 8 p.m. He tells Barbados Today once the executive is in place, he will get right back to addressing outstanding issues with the Ministry of Education. In sports now, and a maiden test century by Jason Holder saw West Indies to an honourable draw against England on the final day of the first test at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium today. West Indies started the day on 98 for 2 in search of 438 for a win, but with a draw their most likely objective. However, the loss of wickets of overnight batsmen Marlon Samuels and Devon Smith, as well as Shivnarine Chandapal and Jermaine Blackwood, caused some anxiety among regional fans. But a 105-run partnership between Captain Dennis Ramdin and Holder revived West Indies' fortunes. Ramdin would fall for 57, but Holder, who made an unbeaten 103, and Kemar Roach, who batted for almost an hour, saw West Indies to safety. Holder was named man of the match.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados, are you ready for Movado?
She says our destiny, she get next to me.
FAS Entertainment presents the Digicel Reggae Beach Party, Sunday, April 19th, at the all-new Reggae Island from 3 p.m. Featuring the new sensation, Gully Bob.
Every girl want to walk off
Popcorn. A return of Movado. Plus Lead Pipe and Status, Brutal, Kirk Brown, Mad Dog, Peter Ram, Celebrity Face, Lady Essence, Stiffy, Mole, and Slims. MC Jamar the Star. The Digital Reggae Beach Party, Sunday, April 19th at the all-new Reggae Island, Pierhead Lane, Lower Bay Street from 3 p.m. It begins here.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
A test of character, a test of focus, a test of will, a test of resilience, a test of courage. Barbados, the test is on. West Indies, England, May 1st at the Mecca. Tickets $30, $40, $50, and $60. It's on.
Barbados is on.
Regionally, election observers have been answering the call to monitor the May 11 poll in Guyana. In this Capital News report, we hear that former U.S. President Jimmy Carter will be leading a mission to the country to keep a close eye on the proceedings.
The Carter Center this evening said a core team of experts will be joined this week by 6 medium-term observers, together representing 9 countries. The center's observers will meet regularly with representatives of the Guyana Elections Commission, political party candidates, civil society organizations, the international community, and citizen election observers to assess electoral preparations and the pre-electoral environment, including election administration, campaigning, voter education, and other issues. Carter said he looks forward to leading the delegation to observe the elections. This will be the 4th elections the Carter Center will be observing since 1992.
And finally, on the international scene, 8 months after the deadly Ebola outbreak, children in Sierra Leone were back in the classroom. Schools began opening their doors this week, and it's expected that courses will get on track in earnest as of next week. And on that bright note, we come to the end of this week's updates, but we will be back again first thing Monday morning. Until then, remember, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or you can like us on Facebook. We're also on iZoomi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also, you can tune in to Channel 101 online TV, as well as Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm FERNELLA WEDDERBURN. To have a pleasant evening and a fantastic weekend.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MindLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.